guys, sorry I got interrupted. And then also it started raining like really hard. So I'm gonna finish the reading up a little bit so what we can see, I hope you could see this. I tried to angle it. But what we can see here is we got the King of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, essentially. I am not, my spirit team is not trying to hate on anybody, but with the previous line of energy, if you are in this energy or you're dealing with somebody who is in this energy, you know, you kind of got to leave them where they're at, right? Because they might be under the impression or illusion that they are a King of Pentacles, right? They don't see themselves as the Emperor in the reverse. They might see themselves as the King of Pentacles nonetheless. Like, you know, sure, I may not have any moral compass. I may not, you know, treat anybody else with respect because I don't value myself or respect myself. But at the end of the day, I got money, right? I got a house. It may not be the nicest looking house. It might have roaches, but it's a house. You know, I bring food to the table. I bring something to the table. It may not be the most nutritious. It may not have the most substance or value, or it might not be constructive. It might be a little bit more destructive, but I bring something that's worth something, isn't it? No, baby. Because see, the thing is, what you're bringing to the table, or what this person might be bringing to the table, is a whole lot of heartbreak, a lot of aching, a lot of confusion that leads to stress. And you know what stress leads to? Everything under the sun. Stress could be the key ingredient needed, paired with parasites and all other types of things in the body to develop next level cancers, next level fatigue. You know, shoot, you might lose a kidney behind this nigga, is what I'm saying. I don't push that energy on anybody, but I'm saying, like, this, like, we gotta pay attention to this. This is what they bring to the table: fear, confusion, chaos, a nightmare. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is normally a very good energy in the sense that the Page of Pentacles has patience. Now, this might be you in the sense that the divine is trying to show you something about yourself as to why you're being paired with this disaster, and they are trying to aid you in a lesson of choosing yourself and protecting the value that you do have, instead of like going down this pathway that will turn you into a byproduct of this. You might be the Empress in the reverse with the same shit. Like, if you stay around this person long enough and you let their energy influence you. So our good message is the Queen of Cups, which in our case here, yes, nobody wants you to turn off your heart or build a brick house around your heart and never let anything in, let nothing out, and be cold and lonely and da-da. Nobody wants you to turn into a narcissist. Nobody wants you to imprison yourself and basically be morphed by this experience to be less of yourself. Nobody wants you to exit your Queen of Cups energy. However, what Spirit is calling you to do at this time is to incorporate other queens, incorporate other suits that are going to help you push you forward so that you can be an Empress in the upright or an Emperor in the upright. On the cards, it says, find freedom on this canvas. I think each of us at some time in our life has wanted to paint a picture. And I don't think this is the picture you're trying to paint. You're not trying to be a man-child or a pick-me-sha. Essentially, you don't want to be a loser. I gotta look at y'all. You don't want to be a loser with love, okay? We artists are a different breed of people. We are a happy bunch. So it ain't gonna be no struggling artist, nothing, drug addict, nothing. No, we're gonna be balanced, and we're going to be in the will of God, whatever that means to you. I'm not constricting you to religion in any sense of that, but I do want you to take a spiritual angle to what that could possibly mean for you. And with the Queen of Cups, it says, son of a gun, that's a pretty nice tree for being done so quick. Somebody told me when I was at the DMV car dealership, or what, girl, what the hell am I talking about? When I was at the DMV getting my license, and I was talking to a young man, he told me something that was very critical. Wow, and here comes my spider friend. But what he told me essentially was, leave while things are still good. Don't leave at the end of the party when things start to sour and they start shooting and people start fighting and, you know, everybody's drunk and looking for, you know, somebody to have sex with or somebody to like bully, in a sense. You don't want to leave when it starts to turn into a nightmare. You want to leave while it's still a dream, while you're still in a good energy and you got that spiritual nudge, that intuitive knowing that you're satisfied, this is good. You're not trying to milk anything of all of its energy. You want to enjoy and leave something for the rest, period. And look at that. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. I kind of assume that that's your energy. And so now I'm thinking that even this would be better suited for somebody like you compared to whatever lesson this energy is supposed to be. Because in the hands of this person, this Page of Pentacles, right? A new job, a new raise, or anything, because of their nature, they could spend their paycheck in a day if you gave it. They could win the lottery and not have any money tomorrow or next year, right? Whereas you, by coupling your Queen of Cups with this Knight of Pentacles energy, you can actually build an empire. You can maintain an empire. You can preserve an empire. You can pass on your knowledge and skills to future generations. That's not asking of you to have kids per se, but to leave this earth giving everything, like emptying the bank. If you are a writer, you're not going to leave here without at least putting out all the work that you possibly could, at least making that attempt. I mean, not saying like, you know, you have control over certain things, but it's just the exercising of yourself to be like, you know what, I gave it my all, I did what I could, and that is more than enough. That's good. Like what I'm seeing here, this is not a lot per se, but this is a recipe for success. This being able to nurture something, to recognize that delays come, that slow seasons come, that things come in seasons for a reason, that there is time for you to rest and relax, and there's time for you to flow like at this unreal pace of just like spitting out a lot of work. And that does not equate to the unhealthiness that we know today of hustle culture, but it's a more realistically paced. You're not overestimating yourself, you're not burning yourself out, but you're able to produce, and you are able to move steadily like a cloud across the sky, right? It's not nobody else's business who might be watching you or trying to say something about you and gossip about. It's not their business to know how fast you're moving or if you're moving at all, but you know that you're always moving. Shoot, they might be looking at you today, look away, And next thing they know, you're much further than you were or ever thought that you could be, to say the least. Close us out, Spirit. So I just see this person as a lesson. All I'm hearing is treachery. Like this is the trenches. Like if you if you wanted to exercise your creative eye, exercise your spiritual eye, and the ability to be able to see beauty in like unclean spaces, or in people that are ran like maybe 70% by like their darkness, like you are still able to see the potential, because there is another 30% there that's just not really being used, or it's being overshadowed by their darkness in a sense, right? I was gonna say outshined. No pun intended. So actually, I have a question, Spirit. Is this energy the collective and they're moving out of this energy into something better and more healthy for themselves? Or is this an energy that is approaching them to test them? Maybe an energy that they've already been through. It's an energy that's more, it serves more essentially as a purpose, is to test you. So we got the Queen of Cups, and what that just drew out to me was a sense of courage, courageousness, being able to, not all the time is things about looks and how you can shake what your mama gave you, or what, that's what came to mind. But you know, like essentially what I'm saying here is like, this is a hill, this is a mountain to conquer, to overcome, to move past, to move through and learn from. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the Fool. So this was a journey, and at some point you're gonna get to 10. You're gonna complete that cycle, and you're gonna start over again at a new Fool journey, Fool adventure. And that is what it is. The devil's always going to be in the background, but so are you. So are all of your gifts and blessings, your ability to overcome the devil, to alchemize per se, to display your mastery, or to further master yourself and train, build up your strength and your endurance and your capacity for I was gonna say agility, your capacity for pain, your capacity for a lot of different things. But yeah, I hope that this message helps clarify some things. I do apologize that I did have to break it up into 2 parts, but yeah, man child, red ass flag, but don't really focus. Like, yes, I want you to use your brain, listen to your gut, listen to your guides when they are showing you clearly the signs of what is happening here, and you leave when you're supposed to, but nonetheless it's gonna go the way it's always supposed to go. So don't spend too much time like ruminating or like buffering in your mind. Like, don't get stuck, don't be long where you're not supposed to be, right? But take away the lessons that are in here, because who knows, like maybe although that they are on an extreme level of like how they're displaying fear, this could be showing you a lot about yourself and how there might be ways that you're fearful, whether it's like you're fearful of attention, you're fearful of being perceived, you're fearful of truly holding space for all of the different parts of yourself. Maybe you don't want to be mean, you don't want to be perceived as certain energies because you didn't like it when you were growing up. But it's just important for us to get over these humps so that we can be fully in our destiny. All right, bye.